All right, all right. We should be back. We should be back. Appreciate y'all. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. We should be back live and direct right now. Think everything should be good to go. All right, all right. So, welcome back. My apologies on that. I had to fix something. I had to fix something inside of my Zoom and stuff. So I had some issues, but I think we're back. If y'all can hear me right now, if y'all can hear me, y'all can see me, just light it up one time. I know I can see me, but I want to make sure that everything is good. Um, and yeah, we are live. Make sure we're live on YouTube. But other than that, I think we doing it in real time. See real quick. All right, cool. Appreciate y'all for tapping back in. We're about to get started here right now. Just want to make sure that everything is everything. All right, perfect. We back. All right. All right, we back. I think after that that video that I showed, YouTube got upset with me. So I didn't feel like dealing with the whole shadow banning for sharing information that I think was necessary for people to potentially see, right? So it is what it is. But we are back. Please share this link out. Go over to the Discord groups and all your groups, Telegram, and just let people know that we're back. We are definitely back. All right. So let's just go ahead and jump into the markets. Okay. Let's take a look at the markets and see kind of where we are currently in this space. Today, a couple of things that we are going to focus on talking about is, as this thing was entitled, the global awakening, right? And I tried to show a video as we went live earlier, but they cut my video off on YouTube for some type of policy that I went against. I guess it was the cursing or whatever, but I'm like, you can't have cursing on YouTube. Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird, but we're going to keep on pushing forward and putting out this information that we need to put out. The crypto market currently is still under $4 trillion. We're at 3.8 trillion. All right. As y'all can see, the fear and greed index is about a 43, so we're sitting at neutral. The altcoin season sentiment is around the same exact sentiment. So both sentiments are in the mid 40s, which is shows that we are very neutral ground right now. So this market is looking like it's probably going to get ready to flip over. Remember, Ethereum started to run. We saw Ethereum. If you look at the top if we look at the top 10 tokens, okay, over the last 7 days, everything was mostly green besides Solana and Ethereum, which is understandable, right? I mean, Solana, they say that Solana is the new Ethereum. That is something that people say, right? Some people believe that Solana is a new Ethereum because of all of the smart contract capabilities, the meme coin culture, the DGen culture that's on Solana. People look at that as the new Ethereum, right? So as you can see, out of the top 10, only ETH and Solana have moved over the last 7 days. So that's good. All right, that's good news for us. That's good news for us. But and we know that the next thing to come after ETH is large cap altcoins, right? Large to medium cap altcoins will start to move next. Okay, so you just got to make sure that you're patient enough and you're sticking to it so that you can be here once that time actually happens over the next couple of months. All right. Looking at the Bitcoin chart currently, okay, we have hit that level. We have reached all the way down to the 108,998. So 109 basically area. Okay. And now we've hit a level of support. And this might potentially be us headed back up into this trend line, which we haven't touched this trend line at all since, August the 22nd. So a couple of days ago. So it's been a couple of days since we've actually touched this trend line. So in all reality, it's probably a good time that the markets probably are going to get ready to pull back and start touching this trend line for it to either continue down, right, or to continue up. And if y'all take a look right here, How many people remember when I drew this? I drew this out for y'all. I told y'all eventually we were going to break below, we were going to retest, and we were going to go down. Okay, if y'all take a look, okay, what did we do? We broke below. We didn't retest this blue line exactly, but we retested the area, right? We came back up, we retested just a little couple of pips above that, right? And then we shot all the way down to the same area that I told you all was going to happen. So again, following this chart that we've been keeping the same over months and months and months has been yielding us some income on Bitcoin. So hopefully you guys are plugged in. For my traders, hopefully you are showing up to our trading calls. If you all don't know, we have a Discord community. Our Discord community has two tiers. We have a basic tier. We have a more advanced tier. Our basic tier is going to give you a community to be a part of, right? You're going to get entry, exit strategies, live consulting for group consulting, not one-on-one, but group consulting. You're going to get that for $19.99 a month. So if you're interested, and you get 3 days free. So if you're interested in joining our Discord group, if you're not in our Discord group, I mean, guys, we have plays on plays, ladies and gentlemen. We have plays on plays that have been hitting back to back inside of our group. I mean, our DeFi strategist just sent me a text of something that he called out. I'm not in it, but something he called out that's up almost 90% in the last 24 hours, right? So, not every token's doing 90% in 24 hours. Yeah, everything's going up. Things have been going up, going down, but there's like a select few that's doing consistently 30, 40, 50% in 24 hours, back to back to back, running up towards the penny, running up towards that its first penny price, right? So, again, you have to be plugged in and you have to be in the right rooms. And I believe here at Coffee and Crypto, we have just that for you, okay? We also have our second tier, which is our more advanced tier. You get everything that you get in the basic tier, and all that information is on our website. If you click the link in our bio and join our Discord group, you will get 3 days for both groups for free. So you can come in and test it out. If you decide to stay, like I said, $19 for the basic. For the more advanced, it's $49.99 a month. Now you're probably like, why the big jump, right? Well, if you want to start getting into trading, you want to learn how to read the charts, that stuff does not come cheap. However, I do believe that we have some very competitive pricing when it comes to our Discord community and the value that you get, right? We over deliver in our Discord community. I truly believe that. And I want to say shout out to all of our educators and all of our students inside of our Coffee and Crypto University. All right. With that being said, I want to drop this disclaimer before we jump in today's show, because there will be talks of tokens and projects out there that we've talked about before. But I want to let you all know that Coffee and Crypto University and Network, we do not offer financial advice specifically on our podcast, right? This is for entertainment purposes only. If you are looking to get with someone who understands this market, can kind of help you, we do have blockchain strategists that can help you strategize, whether you are an investor or you are an entrepreneur and you have a small business, medium business, large business, whatever the case may be. We can come in and help you connect on chain. So if you're interested in connecting on chain with us, you can reach out to us via Coffee and Crypto Podcast at gmail.com. You can also text us at our number that we give out. But yes, again, if you do not want any professional help, you want to make sure you do your own research. Okay. So now that all the disclaimers, all the announcements is out the way, we can actually dive into the bullish content that we have before us today. The very first video that I'm going to show you all is from Chairman Paul Atkins of the SEC. I want you all to hear about what he's talking about when it comes to super apps. Pay attention.
A key priority of my chairmanship is to allow market participants to innovate with super apps. I'm often asked, what do you mean by a super app? Plain and simple, securities intermediaries should be able to offer a broad range of products and services under one roof with a single license. A broker-dealer with an alternative trading system should be able to offer trading in non-security crypto assets alongside crypto asset securities, traditional securities, and other services without requiring 50 plus state licenses or multiple federal licenses. I've directed the commission staff to develop further guidance and rule proposals, ultimately to make this super app vision a reality.
Project Crypto over at the SEC. Things are starting to move fast and roll out fast. Okay, now I do want to go back real quick because there was a little area that I don't know if y'all saw it, but let me show y'all what I saw, and it was kind of interesting. Anybody see this? What? Now this is the Federal Reserve. They were talking about crypto. You know, they always hide things. What does that look like to y'all right here? Can somebody drop it in the chat box? What logo? What does this look like right here as it was transforming? Come on, y'all. Somebody talk to me nice, right? Look at this right here. I want y'all to see. They literally did an evolution. They gave y'all an evolution video. Some people missed it. So I'm gonna bring it back real quick. Some of y'all missed it. So I'm gonna make sure that you don't miss it. Pay attention. They did like an evolution video. Did y'all see that? Kind of how they used to do the evolution of the monkeys into the humans, right? Pay attention.
To offer a broad range of products and services under one roof with a single license. A broker.
Wow. Under one roof with a single license. Who has all the licenses today in the United States, family? All right. I mean, maybe it wasn't Ripple, you know? Maybe I'm reaching. Okay, maybe I'm reaching right now, but I'm just saying it looked like that to me, right? So now that y'all understand that this super app thing is actually a thing, I want to play a video that's from 7 months ago. I actually played this last night for our Sip and Learn. Every Monday, we have a Sip and Learn in our Discord group where we talk about random technologies, random projects, trading. We do all types of random things. We come out, it's at 7 o'clock in the Eastern time. And if you got 7 p.m. and if you're interested in joining our Discord, we have multiple calls weekly that you can get involved in. We went over this last night. So if you were part of the Sip and Learn, again, have patience because I really felt like the world, as many people as I possibly can reach, needed to be able to understand and see this today. Okay, with that being said, welcome to the super app section of Coffee and Crypto. Let's get it.
Tasks. Now imagine if you could combine all of those programs into a single.
Hold on. All right, here we go.
Think about the apps you use on your phone every day. Studies have shown Americans use an average of 46 mobile apps each month to complete a variety of everyday tasks. Now imagine if you could combine all of those programs into a single standalone app, a one-stop shop to socialize with friends, order food, pay rent, or even consult with a doctor. A super app of sorts.
A super app is a software program meant to be used on a mobile device that has multiple diversified services and a common payment platform and is widely adopted.
The best and most popular example is Tencent's WeChat. Now, it began in 2011 as a simple messaging and photo sharing app. From there, it moved into payments, games, shopping, even a place to book your doctor's appointments.
While super apps have flourished in Asia, their adoption in Western markets, including the US, has been slower due to a variety of factors. But that could be changing as more and more tech companies set their sights on bringing the super app model to the US.
Elon Musk rebranding Twitter to X this morning. It's all part of his larger ambitions to create an everything app that combines messaging, social networks, and payments.
We're watching shares of Expedia and Uber this morning. A Financial Times report said that Uber has explored a possible bid for the travel booking website.
That fits into an ambition that CEO Dara Khosrowshahi has held for years, and that is to build a super app similar to a WeChat in China that combines multiple products and services on one platform.
So what's behind the appeal of super apps in Asia? Why has the United States been slow to adopt the everything app model? And can we expect a super app in the US anytime soon?
Super apps are basically an app where you can do multiple things within the app itself.
They can include anything from social media and messaging to ride hailing to online marketplace to dating to booking a doctor's appointment, and the list goes on.
Most of the well-known examples of super apps today are probably in Asia, namely in China. Tencent-owned WeChat really was the original super app. You've also got Alipay, which is run by Alibaba affiliate Ant Financial, also is a massive one as well. They collectively have about more than 2 billion users.
The most famous is China's WeChat. It started around 2011. It has messaging platform, social media platform, but then over time, they sort of bolted on all these additional services.
Ultimately, it notched 1.3 billion monthly users who had very little reason to ever leave this app. It became an ecosystem in and of itself.
And so by some estimates, the WeChat app has 1 million or more mini programs that are contained within this single, what we call a walled garden.
Elsewhere in Asia, super apps, they've taken off as well. You've got South Korea's Kakao. It's used by more than 90% of all smartphone users in the country. There's Line in Japan, Grab in Southeast Asia, Paytm in India.
But we're all sick of the dozens of apps on our phones. And the appeal of the super app is that all of those functions of those apps are in one place in the super app itself. It's convenient, it's frictionless.
Because you have so many diversified services contained within a single app, this just makes it sort of a one-stop shop for consumers to have access to the variety of services that they would need for the majority of their daily life needs.
Professor Dan Prudhomme, who wrote about the likelihood of super app adoption in the US for the Harvard Business Review, says frequent app engagement also allows companies to collect data on individual users.
So it can help triangulate the product and service offerings that it gives to you, and it can also be useful for targeting advertisements. So it's really beneficial for consumers, it's beneficial for the service provider side, and it's also beneficial for advertisers.
Similarly, a greater willingness by Asian consumers to adopt the so-called everything app model, as well as a greater willingness by Asian companies to innovate, have both allowed super apps to gain widespread popularity in the region.
Super apps work in China and the broader Asian market because it's a very internet-savvy population, one that has leapfrogged desktop, gone straight to mobile.
Asian consumers in many markets were less locked into desktop-based applications. And so when an attractive mobile device-based app came along, they really adopted it widely. In many places in Asia, there's sort of less of an aversion to being reliant on a single company or few companies to sort of offer you products or services to cover the majority of your everyday needs.
Another critical element to super app adoption in Asia is the introduction of digital wallets.
One of the most important aspects of this is payments and banking. That is how those Asian super apps grew.
In the US, for example, the consumers and the merchants were very reliant on credit card infrastructures to transact. That is not the case in many places in Asia, China, and elsewhere. By introducing these digital wallets, which are essentially just kind of like a private bank that's not relying on credit card infrastructure to function, you offered sort of a cheaper and easier way to transact amongst consumers and merchants. And that certainly encouraged the adoption of the super apps in many places in Asia.
All right. So I'm not gonna play the whole video. We have ambitions right now in the US to create a super app. We've seen Elon Musk, we've seen Elon Musk go out and, try to create this type of super app with X. That's his goal, right? If you all haven't heard, Uber actually tried to acquire Expedia, I believe that's the company. Which is a large travel agency. It's been around longer than even Uber has been around. Uber's talking about that, right? Why? Because that would allow them to break even more into the world of concierge, right? So you gotta really, in these times, you really got to be thinking about what's ahead. This is the only way you're gonna win. It may not be to own a company, but when you do your research, you can be ahead of the curve. When you hear things like this about a super app, digital wallets, stuff like that, you have to start thinking about what are some of the features inside of this super app? What are some of the companies inside the super app that might create these super apps that I might be investing in today before the super apps actually come into fruition? See, the wealth is created in all markets, in the speculation. You have to be a speculative investor in some ways, right? You have to be speculative as an investor to win in a large way, right? You also have to be smart. you also have to understand that speculation is not everything, but rumors, right? You buy the rumors. So make sure that the rumors you're listening to are correct. Okay. All right, let's move on to our next slide. Okay. And
For weeks.
this one right here is about the Fed and the IRS. This is from John Chambers and LTC Thomas J. Lennox, U.S. Army officer and senior defense analyst. I want y'all to hear about what they talked about in here when it's talking about the global financial reset. Again, the name of this particular video is "The Global Awakening is Happening." And if it's the last thing I do, I'm going to make sure that you all have the information to be able to continue to push forward and to help wake up other people. Enjoy.
Ago. He implemented QFS. The IRS, he keeps announcing different phases of the termination of the IRS. The IRS does not legally exist. The 16th Amendment was never ratified by Congress. I have a letter from the commissioner of the IRS written in 1985 that says that if people come to you and want all their taxes back, you have to give it to them because we've been operating illegally because of an Indiana court case that occurred in March of 1985. So when we look at that, what Trump is doing, he's trying to ease the information. You can't tell people everything you're going to do all at once. You have to ease them into it. And the reason is because change takes a long time. You know, we have probably 30% of the people that somewhat understand what's going on, 10% who have a real good idea, and then you got 70% that have no idea. All they know is they like Trump, but they don't understand why. And so when we look at the Federal Reserve, he's already eliminated the Federal Reserve, but he hasn't told us that. My understanding is that in 2019 or 2020, he actually turned it over to the Treasury Department. And it's been under the Treasury Department since then. If you notice on your dollar bills, there's
my bad, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Let's see what he said at the end. My bad.
Department since then. If you notice on your dollar bills, there's
oh dang, it didn't get to it. What do we notice? Where can I get? I want to know what exactly. I want to know what to look for on my dollar bills. Someone said none with a date after 2021. Oh wow. Wow. After 2021, none of the bills have a date on them. I don't know how true that is. I don't have any cash right now, but wow.
4 weeks ago.
All right, cool. So I don't know if y'all knew that about the Federal Reserve, but it has been handed over to the Treasury for a long time. Who's on Ripple's board? Well, I mean, Rosie Rios, from what we know, right? 40-something treasurer of the United States, right? A treasurer, an ex-treasurer whose name is still on printed money to this day, okay, that's in circulation right now. Her name is on the money. She is a part of Ripple's team. If that doesn't tell you how big Ripple is, I don't know what will. But I want y'all to watch this video from Stronghold, and maybe this will help you to gain even more understanding of what's happening inside of these central banks.
All SEPA payments to use 2022, while the Federal Reserve in the U.S. is encouraging financial institutions to adopt it by 2023. So what does this mean for digital currencies? ISO 20022 has the potential to play a key role in the development and implementations of CBDCs, as it provides a flexible and standardized framework for financial messaging that ensures consistency and interoperability between systems. Adopting ISO 20022 could increase the use of cryptocurrencies that are compliant with it. Two cryptocurrencies that are members of the ISO 20022 standards body are Ripple's XRP and Stellar Lumens. Recognizing the value of ISO 20022 messaging and its potential to transform the financial industry, Stronghold has utilized this technology in conjunction with blockchain ledger payments in select projects. Messaging standards are crucial for enabling the efficient and secure exchange of financial information between different systems and technologies. They play a critical role in improving the overall performance and reliability of the financial services industry.
Let's go. Shout out to Stronghold, right? Hope y'all still holding on strong. Okay. Hope y'all still holding on strong. So for those people who are new, that we do get new people who have never really understood what XRP is. I love to just add little videos in here sometime just to kind of give you a quick lesson. So I'm gonna play this quick minute clip right here. And this quick minute clip is going to be on exactly what XRP is. XRP isn't here to play the system. It's here to redefine it. Enjoy.
Ripple is becoming a bank. Probably have no idea what that means for XRP. Let me break it down quick and simple. This isn't just another partnership. Ripple isn't helping banks anymore. It's becoming one. That means full banking licenses, direct access to global payment rails, and XRP, its native token, becomes the bridge asset for trillions in cross-border transactions. They've already secured licenses in Singapore, the UK, Ireland, and they're applying in the US. They're playing the long game. While others chase hype, Ripple's building infrastructure. XRP isn't just part of the system. It could become the system. If even a fraction of Swift's $150 trillion annual volume runs through XRP, we're not talking dollars. We're talking 4- or 5-figure potential. This is how early crypto used to feel. Except this time, it's not a white paper dream. It's already happening. Ripple is becoming a bank. Probably have no idea.
So it's already happening. We know that for a fact. Now we're going to go over to the crypto world at CNBC because the whales are now moving into XRP. And even though you don't see the price moving just yet, just understand it's not being utilized on a scale that it will be utilized, right? We're getting so close. And this is how we know, from videos like this on the live news.
Okay, let's talk about the top stories. Gemini announced this morning that the crypto exchange, founded by the Winklevoss twins, is launching an XRP credit card with Ripple. The card allows customers to earn up to 4% back in XRP on fuel, EV charging, and rideshare purchases, 3% on dining, 2% on groceries, and 1% on other transactions.
All right. Something just hit me, and I want to bring this up. When the XRP edition of the Gemini credit card, customers can earn up to 4% back in the XRP on gas, EV charging, rideshare. I just told y'all Uber's trying to purchase Expedia, right? And we know Elon Musk owns pretty much the entire infrastructure, y'all, for EV. Even your electric vehicles, he has an open source data, open source coding on his electric vehicles that people can just utilize to build onto the electric vehicle population. That right there should tell you that if he's creating the everything app, he's looking like, do you understand that if X creates the everything app, he works with XRP. If you can get a XRP Master or Visa card through X, which I believe is well on the way, especially with Gemini leading the way, right? You'll be able to get points back on all of your EV charging. So every time you pull up and charge your Tesla, you get that percent back. Anytime you take a ride share like Uber, you get that back. You don't think Uber is going to be inside of the X app, if the everything app that's on the way, right? 3% back on dining. You don't think they're going to have dining experiences and things like that on the everything app? Think about WhatsApp. Not WhatsApp, Groupon. Think about Groupon. All of the things that you get on Groupon. Imagine if Groupon was on chain. That would have been an incredible business model. It's already a business model that's happening, right? So we are partnering with select merchants to offer up to 10% back on qualifying purchases for all Gemini credit card holders. Gemini is also expanding access to Ripple, RLUSD stablecoin issued by Ripple that's grown to over $640 million in market cap since its launch, less than 1 year. We're almost at $1 billion. Do y'all understand that the world of DeFi, right? Like the world of DeFi, I mean, this 10 and 5, y'all, this company, Liquid Agent, right? Same exact thing, okay? You're able to turn yourself into a self-sovereign bank by utilizing tools and services like Liquid Agent, like a Gemini, like, this is the future of banking. Okay, so let's continue to push forward.
Actions. Now, Gemini said it's also teaming up with some other merchants to offer up to 10% back on eligible purchases for all Gemini credit card holders. In a statement, Tyler Winklevoss said, quote, by introducing a special XRP edition of the Gemini credit card, we're giving customers in the XRP army new ways to earn XRP and express their passion, loyalty, and excitement. Gemini is also expanding access to Ripple's stablecoin RLUSD. The firm says the token is now available as a base currency for all spot trading pairs for U.S. users, allowing traders to move between that stablecoin and other assets on the platform without extra conversion steps and fees. The announcement comes as the firm pursues an IPO in the U.S. The company confidentially filed for an IPO back in June. Now, this is the latest move from asset managers moving into spot altcoin ETFs, as many have applications pending with the SEC for XRP, Solana, and Litecoin ETFs, just to name a few.
Absolutely, y'all. So as you can see, XRP is really taking off. The Gemini has a XRP credit card going mainstream, adoption knocking at the door. I told you all that this thing is about to take off. And this is the XRP Gemini MasterCard right here. Looks real sleek, really nice, right? You guys can go and actually apply and get yours today at Gemini.com. Again, that is not a sponsor. That is nothing sponsored here. Just some information for you all to be able to take advantage of. Matter of fact, you know what I mean? Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and get mine right now, as long as I ain't got put no like super sensitive information. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, you have to have the app. I don't even have Gemini. Okay, so I would have to go get Gemini and download the app. But as you can see right here, earn XRP on every purchase with no annual fee. Plus, get $200 in crypto when you spend $3,000 in your first 90 days. Gas, EV, transit, dining, groceries, everything else you get 1%. That's absolutely incredible. And I'd recommend that everybody go and maybe get you one, and even my boy Brad Garlinghouse. You see that right there? Even Brad Garlinghouse is standing behind it, right? He said he got his XRP rewards credit card and it's out ready in the world right now. This is huge information, huge news, and we are on our way to global mass adoption. And one last video that I have for you all before we get ready to get up out of here is very simple. Here you go.
And in the United States, we stockpile oil because, as we saw in the 1970s, when people can't put gas in their car, they get pretty upset. So for internal domestic politics, but we do it for another reason that people don't think about as much. We do that defensively or maybe offensively to control global prices. The dollar is tied to the price of oil in global markets. And one of the reasons the United States stockpiles and reserves petroleum is not just so that we have it in a crisis to put in our cars, but so we can affect the global price. If the global price is going up, the United States will sell to put more product into the market to lower the price. So we use it to adjust global prices. And we've been doing this for a long time. The petroleum was actually Congress authorized a reserve, which is why we call that a reserve, as opposed to just stockpiling, which means the United States just holds on to things it has. Now, the United States has large holdings of crypto because, as part of regular law enforcement activity at the federal and the state level, law enforcement agents seize crypto all the time. It drove Trump crazy that during the Biden administration, Biden would basically routinely sell the crypto that was seized every few months.
Right.
And
one would a drug dealer's Lamborghini.
Exactly. And so they
Lamborghinis lose value when you drive off the lot. And so the Biden administration probably lost out on, I don't know if anyone made a calculation, but a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly. So, so just not selling what we have is step number one. The question is, without congressional authorization for Trump to actually go out and buy crypto, how might we otherwise come into possession of it to add to that stockpile?
All right. So he said that the first correction that the United States needs to make is by not selling their crypto like Joe Biden and his administration did, right? They all were selling crypto. They always, like, he kept on selling. Every time they seized it, anything that they did, they sold it, right? So I just want y'all to understand that if the goal is for the United States not to sell their crypto, and you are your own sovereign state, as we build our living trust, right? As we build our wills and our trusts, and we're building these things out, our self-sovereignty, becoming our own banks through liquid agent, XRP, whatever you decide, whatever bank you want to get with, right? You need to understand that this is the moment of your lifetime, the only moment you have to become self-sovereign, right? They are allowing people to slip through the cracks, but you will not be self-sovereign. There will not be any self-sovereignty if you sell. Too fast. Biggest thing, and I'm going to get up out of here. Biggest takeaway I took from Magic Johnson this weekend. Biggest takeaway I took this Sunday from Magic Johnson. I could not miss that talk. The biggest takeaway I took was this. He said that the biggest mistake that Black businesses make, startup businesses, is we have amazing ideas, but we sell our businesses too early. We get out of ownership too early because we allow people to come. We never had money before, and we allow people. For instance, he gave two examples. One where he did it wrong, one where he did it right. I'm going to give you where he did it right, because it doesn't matter what he did wrong, because you understand that he sold too early. That was the wrong part. One of the businesses, I'm going to give two businesses. Number one, Starbucks. If you didn't know, Magic Johnson became a billionaire off of Starbucks. 125 billion Starbucks. After that, 125 Starbucks is what he opened. He has 125 plus franchises of Starbucks. Magic Johnson got rich from coffee. What do you think we're going to do here at Coffee and Crypto? That was one of my biggest takeaways. But also, I need you to realize this, right? 125 stores. Starbucks, he still holds on to those stores today, and it's worth way more than what he spent. He said that his biggest investment, one of his biggest investments so far, was in a basketball team. I believe it was the Sparks, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was the Sparks. He said that he bought that team for around, like $10 million. So we all look at that as, whew, Lord, right? He bought that team for $10 million, right? He didn't sell it, even though the WNBA doesn't do well. The WNBA has not done well in years. But guess what? Another owner came and purchased a WNBA team for over $300 million. He bought it for 10. He held on, even though everybody around him said he was crazy. He held on to the company that he bought for 10. The sports team he bought for $10 million, y'all. Okay. After that, a couple years later now, because he held on to it, he'll probably be able to sell it for $500 million. Why? Because he did not give up on the vision. He saw the vision. He saw the WNBA about to make strides. And now there's people buying WNBA teams for over $100 million. Imagine purchasing a home and imagine purchasing a house, okay, and you bought the house 10 years ago for $400,000. And let's say in your neighborhood, they the same size home, everything, they built that same house Same type of house, but it's a modern house. It's fixed up, right? They sold the house down the street that they fixed up or they built or whatever for 2.2 million, right? Imagine that. You bought it for 400 grand, a house down the street sold for 2.2 million. That's called the after repair value. Now the ARV, the after repair value in your neighborhood is over $1 million in profit for you, right? Now all you got to do is go fix your home up. That's all you got to do. Fix the house up, put it on the market and sell it for $2.2 million because the home down the street did it. It's the same thing in business, family. He had a after repair value. Another team was bought out and fixed in the same community as him, in the same marketplace as him. I hope y'all are following. I hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down right now. Okay? I hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down right now. Okay? So, listen, that's all the news I got for today. I got to get into the, we do have our cohort here at the Atlanta Blockchain Center, our Immutable Founders Incubator this morning. So I will be in class. So if you reach out to me and I don't say anything, that's why. But please just send me a text if you need me. You know, this weekend was amazing for InvestFest. Happy to see everybody that I got to see at InvestFest. And I'm looking forward to the future with you all. Have an amazing day. Hope y'all enjoyed today's show. I hope you learned some information. And don't forget to go out there and apply for your Gemini XRP card because, hey, infinite wealth is in your birthright as well. I'm going to see y'all at the top, not just from the top. Because remember, the bottom is getting way too crowded. All right, let's get it. And I'll see y'all on our 298th episode of Coffee and Crypto this Thursday coming up. And remember, y'all, we are 2 episodes away from 300. And at 299 episodes, I'm going to take a break from the podcast. I know that you all are going to miss it, but I will come back very soon. But when we launch 300 episodes, we have to do it the right way. I will see y'all on the next one this Thursday. And if you're in my Discord group, we will see y'all in our private calls that we're having throughout the week. See y'all on the next one.